Hey guys, it's Esiri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing? I feel so short sitting down here. You're like so high up and I'm here.
You are short.
Anyway guys, welcome. We haven't uploaded any video in maybe 3 weeks now, and this is just like an update video, so we're just gonna keep it really short and straight to the point. The last video I posted was us in quarantine, and yeah, as you guys know, on my birthday we had to go get tested for COVID because we were exposed to someone who got COVID, like we were in really close contact with this person. And then we got the test. We had to quarantine till you get your result, and got our result back that same day, and we tested negative. However, because we were in really close contact with this person, we had to do the 2 weeks quarantine because you know COVID takes time to show on someone. It can take up to 2 weeks. So that's how we started the first 2 weeks of quarantine. The quarantine was supposed to end July 10th. So usually how it works is a day before your quarantine ends, you will go take another COVID test, and if you test negative, then you can go back into the world. But if you test positive, then it's a whole other ball game. So anyways, 5 days into quarantine, what happens, Carson?
Well, I was gonna be out, and then I tested positive on my last day of quarantine.
Yeah, so the first week into quarantine, Carson started getting symptoms. Like you started with headaches, right?
Well, yeah, I had sick symptoms. I didn't have COVID symptoms, but
yeah, like he got headaches. And
that's it. I got a headache.
That was all right.
I got a headache.
Nothing.
No, I was like, oh, I have a headache.
Yeah.
And that apparently was COVID for me.
Yeah, and the headaches lasted for how many days? 3 days?
Yeah, called the weekend.
Yeah,
I was
the whole
sick
weekend.
Friday to Monday morning.
Yeah, and that was like 1 week into quarantine, and I didn't have no symptoms. I was okay. And so roll over to the day we were supposed to take our test, which would be July 9th, to see if we'll be out on Saturday. We went to take our test, and we came back home waiting for the call. Carson was the first person to get a call. They called Carson and they were like, hey, you tested positive. How did you feel when you heard that test?
Yeah, that came out of left field because we'd already quarantined for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I thought it was done.
Yeah.
And I also wasn't sick anymore. Like I had like a stuffy nose,
yeah.
But I wasn't even remotely. I could have gone to work easily. Like
yeah.
It was like not even a cold.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have COVID, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, they told him he had COVID, and they said they were going to send an ambulance to come pick him because he's going to have to quarantine again for another 10 days. But this time he has to quarantine at like the quarantine facilities where the people who test positive quarantine at.
Yeah, Korea's really dumb that way.
Quarantine at home this time around. And so I was like, I mean, if Carson is positive, I am positive too. So I started packing my own bags too, because they didn't call me, they called only Carson first to tell him his result. So while I was packing my bag, I was like, I mean, Carson is positive, I am positive too. They called me and they're like, you tested negative. I was like, what? How is that even possible? Like, we literally exchanged saliva during the time you were sick a little bit. Let's not even try to hide it. I was like, how did I test negative? But anyways, they're like, even though you tested negative, you would have to do another 2 weeks of quarantine because Carson tested positive and you were with Carson. I was like, what? I have to do another 2 weeks? But I have to quarantine at home because I didn't test positive, but Carson has to be taken to the facilities. I was just like, oh, I was like, what is this? And then after like maybe 4 hours, they came to pick Carson up. I think I made some videos. I'm going to put in the screen if I still have them. The ambulance came to pick Carson up. And then the next day, they brought people to come, health people to come disinfect the house. They were like all in hazmat suits. They came and spread the whole house. And so Carson was in the health center quarantining. I was at home quarantining. So now my new release date would be July 23rd. And when Carson got to the quarantine facilities, they told him he's going to quarantine for only a week, right?
Yeah,
7 days. Yeah. So I was fine. You know, this was now like Friday. That's when all these things happened. I was okay. Saturday, Sunday, I was good. Then came Wednesday. Wednesday came, I started feeling sick. It started with like stuffy nose, right? It was just a little bit of stuffy nose, but I could tell, you know when you can tell you're about to get sick, that beginning part. I called Carson and I was like, Carson, I think I'm gonna get sick. Carson was like, no, I think it's the AC, the mold, because there's mold everywhere in Korea. Yeah. Carson was like, I think it's the mold. I was like, I want to say it's the mold, but I think this is more than just like the mold. So we're like, okay, let's watch it and see. So Thursday came, the sickness like intensified. I started having fever the next day. It wasn't high fever, it was mild fever, but my body was warm. And so Carson was like, okay, let's message them and tell them that you're feeling sick, they should come test you. So we messaged them and we're like, yeah, I was like, I have symptoms and I would really like if you could come test me. And yeah, so they came, they said they were going to come the next day, which is Friday, and that was the day you were going to be discharged, right?
Yeah.
Because Carson has finished his other, like, his other 10 days, no, 7 days.
7 days.
And they tested him and they're like, okay, you're good to go back to your regular life. So he was supposed to come home that day, and I was like, okay. They came that Friday morning to test me, and I was like, okay, you shouldn't come home first. Let me get my results so that in case I test positive, you don't have to do another quarantine again because you were with me, right? And so after they took my test, they came in the morning like maybe around 10. I think after like maybe 4 or 5 hours later, they called me and they're like, yeah, you test positive. I was like, why couldn't I just test positive the first time? I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I really cried because I'm like, if I'm going to test positive at the end, why didn't I just test positive in the beginning? So this was like 1 week into my second round of quarantine. They're like, okay, they're going to come pick me. The same thing with Carson. They called me, packed some clothes, we're going to come pick you up, an ambulance is going to come. After like 3 hours, the ambulance came, they picked me, they took me to the facilities. It was terrible. I mean, not like it was depressing. Let me not say terrible. How would you describe your experience there?
It was just boring.
Yeah, because you're literally just in one room and you're just in there. They don't let you out, obviously. They bring you food, morning, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The one good thing about this whole thing is that the stay was free, right? We didn't have to pay. It was like sponsored by the government.
But it was frustrating because it felt like a tremendous waste of resources because we were already quarantined at home for 2 weeks, so we hadn't been in any contact with anybody. Any other country. Like if this happened in Canada, they would have just told me to stay home.
Yeah.
And we weren't in any medically significant.
Yeah.
I was barely sick. Siri got sicker than I did.
Yeah.
But it would have been easy just to say, hey, you guys have COVID, but you're already in quarantine.
Just
stay home. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. And then we would have just kept quarantine because at least at home, you know, we have a little bit of space. I've got my whole bathroom. We have each other. We have it upstairs. My computer. We have windows. You know,
like
stuff
you
like
can look outside. That place was literally all you could see was building and trees.
Yeah.
Nothing else. It was dead quiet. I was like, I wish it was even close to the road so I could see traffic. Yeah. It was really depressing. That day when I got there, I did cry a lot that night. So I got there on a Friday. Excuse me. I got on a Friday, Saturday. By Saturday, my symptoms intensified. Still the same things. I was feeling like the fluffy nose, stuffy nose, stuffy nose, a little bit of fever, and that was all. Yeah, that was all I had. But it intensified a little bit. Monday, Tuesday was the worst. Like it was, I mean, I could get up, I could shower, but I was so weak. Oh, I had body aches too. That was the one that really killed me the most. It was like back here, like the back of my shoulder. That was the only place I was feeling the pain. Just at the back, like this, no other place. I was so tired. So my symptoms started Wednesday and they lasted till Wednesday, so 1 week. You had yours for 3 days.
Well, I mean, when I was like noticeably like, oh, I don't feel great. It was over the weekend. Yeah, but I had mild symptoms for probably a day and a half before I had symptoms, and then a day. So call it 5 days.
Yeah, my symptoms lasted for a week from Wednesday to Wednesday. So by Thursday, I was getting better. My fever it was gone, and I still had a little bit of stuffy nose, but it wasn't that there, but my backache was still there. And by Friday, the backache was gone. It's so funny how it's like, it just goes away, right? It's like you feel so sick and then it goes away. And then I was supposed to leave on Sunday and they're like, yeah, we're going to let you out if you don't have symptoms no more and all that. So Sunday came. By Sunday, I was feeling okay. I still had a little bit of stuffy nose. I told them, they're like, yeah, you could go, you can, leave. And yeah, that was it. I came home, I mean, as of the day we're filming this video, but I don't think we're gonna post it like today, but I came home yesterday, July 25th. So I was in quarantine for almost a month, from June 28th to July 25th. And guys, it's not even fun. And honestly, like, the symptoms that I felt, I told Carson, it's not the sickest that I have been, but it's kind of up there. Like, I was really, really sick, but I've been sicker than that before. But it's not nice to be sick, whether it's up there or down here, you know, it's never nice. But yeah, guys, that's the update. That's why we've not posted. I did make one more video, like, when I was in quarantine before I went to the quarantine center, but I don't think I'm going to post it anymore. I'm out of quarantine. I just want to let the quarantine phase go. It's not something I want to remember anymore. But yeah, guys, that's why we've not posted for 3 weeks now, but we're back home. We are good. Let us go. We're safe to go back into society. Obviously, still keeping safe, protecting ourselves and other people. But yeah, I mean, I've always known COVID is real, but COVID is real, guys. It's one thing you always think it would never happen to you, but then, you know, it happens to you. But yeah, guys, COVID is real. Stay safe, put on your mask, whether you've been vaccinated or not, because I still hear people are getting COVID despite being vaccinated or not. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get your vaccine, but actually, well,
you cannot. Well, it's not really about getting COVID. It's you can spread it. Even
if
COVID still goes in your body. You just don't get sick. So if you have COVID but you're vaccinated, you won't get sick, but you can make people around you sick.
So yeah, guys, that's it. I hope this video is not too long. But yeah, that's why we've not been posting for a while. And while we've been away, one of our videos was getting a little bit of traction. So we have quite a lot of new followers. Like, almost 200 people have followed us in the past 2 weeks. So if you're one of those people, just put in the comments new subscriber, so we can say hi to you and family welcome you all into like our channel. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all right, babe?
Yeah, that's all. We'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to creating content, and yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you in our next one.
See ya.
Bye.